later that same night, after the forklift, after the drive home, after all of it, after that epiphany that I told you about last time, I almost talked myself out of actually investing. I remember I was sitting there driving home and I was thinking like $50. That's what I was starting with. And I looked at it and I was like, $50? Really, Ryan? Like that's your big move? $50? See, $50, it felt embarrassing. It felt a little like showing up to a race in flip-flops when everybody else was there with running shoes, like ready to go. I mean, think about it for a second, right? The stock market literally moves billions of dollars a day. Hedge funds move millions of dollars at a time. And here I was, some college kid, right, working part-time at Tractor Supply, trying to figure it out and going, aha, $50, I can invest that, right? And it was funny, but like the voice in my head, it was having field day. It was like, come on, Ryan, this is pointless. Wait until you have more money. Wait until it actually counts for something. And I almost listened. But I kept coming back to this, right? The one line out of the Richest Man in Babylon that stopped me on the forklift. A part of all that you earn is yours to keep. Not to spend, not to put in some savings account where inflation quietly eats it away and you think you're doing well, but yours to keep, yours to put to work, yours to send out into the world to go do things for you and earn more for you while you sleep, while you work, while you live, right? And in that moment of quiet indecision where I almost didn't start, I realized something. The problem, it was never this. It was never the $50 or the amount that I was starting with. The problem was that I was waiting for a number that let me feel worthy of starting, right? Worthy of being taken seriously, worthy of actually counting for something. And for me, that was the trap. Because here's the truth. Like the stock market and the investments that you make, it doesn't matter. They don't care how much you start with. But there is one thing that does matter, and that's when you start. See, every single day that I waited for a bigger number, a better moment, a more impressive starting point, I was literally handing away the one asset that I could never get back. You know what it was? That one asset, it's not money, right? You can always make $50. What you can never make back is a second of time, a minute of time, a day of time, a month, a year. And I was giving away my time. I mean, think about it. $1 invested 10 years ago is worth way more than $1 that you invest today. But what's cool is that $1 you invest right now today, even if you're starting with just $50, right? Even if it feels small, it's worth way more than if you wait to start investing 5 years down the line, or 10 years down the line, or 20 years down the line, when you finally feel ready. And by the way, that ready feeling that most people wait for, most of the time it probably never actually happens anyway. So in that moment, I did what I knew that I had to do and I stopped waiting. So I opened an account. It was a simple, basic brokerage account, nothing fancy, nothing complicated, but I was able to invest, right? I put in my $50. It still felt small. It still almost felt pointless. But honestly, that was one of the most important financial decisions that I've ever made in my entire life. And it wasn't because of what the $50 did on its own, right? Like, it's not that significant. It really wasn't. But what was important and what changed things for me was because of what starting actually did in me, right? See, something shifts when you stop being someone who wants to invest and you become someone who actually does. You stop watching from the outside, right? You actually have skin in the game. You're actually there, and you start paying attention differently. You start thinking differently, and then quietly, slowly, it doesn't feel like a lot at first, but your money starts doing something for you that it's never done before in your life and that most people don't even know that it can do, which is that your money starts working for you. Not a lot at first, right? I want to be honest about that. The first few weeks, even the first few months, like it still felt like there wasn't a lot happening, right? $50 sitting in an account, $100 sitting in an account, $150, $200. That doesn't exactly feel like a financial foundation, right? It doesn't feel like freedom yet, but I kept going. I was consistent and I was faithful. Every paycheck I got, it was $50. It's like, yes, okay, $50, I got paid. I paid myself first, right? And whenever I had a little bit more money that I could put in, I did that. And as I started making more money and being able to put more in, then I did. But the key is I was consistent and faithful when it felt small. There's a verse out of the Bible in Luke 16:10. It says, "He who is faithful in what is least is faithful also in much." I think about that a lot when it comes to investing, because like the version of you watching this video that has the financial foundation, the security, the freedom, like whatever it is that you're looking for, the person who has their money working for them while they sleep, who has options and margin and the ability to step into the life that God has for you without money being the thing that holds you back because you just can't do it, that version of you, it doesn't have to start with a huge, significant amount of money. Okay, it didn't for me. it starts with a simple decision, and then it's about being faithful to that decision, even when what is least, right? Starting with what is least feels small, right? Even when the voice in your head is having a field day and it's saying like, come on, it doesn't matter. No, if you do it, you show up, you start, and then you're faithful and you keep going, one day, something really, really cool happens. I remember when this was that it was the day something clicked for me. It was a moment when, for me, it stopped being theory and it became something I could actually see, something I could feel, something where I was like, whoa, this is what happens when you actually follow the plan and you actually do it. I could see it working in real time. And I've got to tell you guys about that. So that'll be the next video. But that for me is when everything got real. Okay? But here's what I want you to take away from this, from the $50 and from the story today, is the $50 isn't what matters. It's not a small thing. This is where something starts, right? It's not about the money, it's about the decision. And so for you guys, if you haven't registered yet for the first stock challenge, then for most of you, that's the decision that's gonna actually let you do what I started doing when I invested with just $50, right? It's 3 days, it's 90 minutes a day, and in that free challenge, I'm gonna walk you through exactly what I did and how you can get started step by step so you can make your first real investment before the first stock challenge is over. The link's in the description. It's free. It's going to be so much fun. I'm on there literally live demoing tools that I've built to help you guys to get started and to go faster and to make it simple so you know like what to do, how to do it, why to do it, all the stuff that you actually need to know so you can really go and take your $50 or your $500 or your $5,000 or your $25, like whatever it is you're starting with. The point is I wanted to make sure that this was going to work for you guys and it'll be helpful. So it'll be really cool. Oh, and by the way, I know I've talked a little bit about the banana farm video, right? This is the banana farm series, and there's a reason for that. I keep mentioning it and not getting to it yet, but the banana farm is probably one of the most clear and the most simple visual pictures I've ever seen of what we're building towards right now. So you're gonna wanna see that one. You're gonna wanna get to it because it's really cool. So if you haven't yet, register for the first stock challenge down in the description below. That'll be super fun. And I will see you guys in the next video where I'm gonna show you exactly why, $50 was how I started, but there was a moment when it became real and it became meaningful and I was like, oh, that's how this works. And so that's gonna be the next video and I will see you guys there.